Well, speaking of chasing people off, they decided to do some type of ploy, a pay-per-view ploy or whatever, where they had the entrances for the first pay-per-view match on the pre-show. So, because there were I'm trying to figure out how to say this. There were 4 3-man teams all vying for the 6-man tag team title. There, did I get it out correctly?
Other than the titles being the Trios Championship, yes.
Well, but I want to sound like grown-up adults.
But they started the entrances on the pre-show. Did you get the Minute of Black screen?
No, because I was zipping through those entrances, and when I saw that the fucking pay-per-view was actually popping up, because that went for a while. So, but I don't know that mine was. I think we've established I had a different provider than you, so I think mine was a little snappier all the way around. They came up and they came down. They didn't give me Viagra ads. They didn't inundate me with stand-up comic routines. They just got into the thing and out of the thing. See, you can hear my fingers snapping now, right?
I can.
Why was it a London ladder match for the 6-man trios title?
Because they were in London.
Then technically all it would have been a London coffin match and a London FTW title match. And did you notice that apparently in London the ladders are shorter?
There were a few different sizes. At one point, someone was on one of the big ladders, and then the person next to him was on the smallest ladder I've ever seen in a wrestling ring.
And then they brought out a giant one that was so fucking tall that when they tried to set it up, it almost knocked the belts down. But they were a different construct over there, as were the tables. We'll get to that. But again, the House of Black versus Juice Robinson and the Guns against Claudio and Pac and Useless against Cage and Dino Douche and Nick Plain. And Nick Plain's mom is out there. There's 3, 6, 9, 12, lucky 13 people there. So that brings our show total as the pay-per-view begins to almost 45. And now they've got a ladder match where there are 12 people involved, all of them in the ring at the same time with the ladders and no disqualification. And what would you even remember about this to discuss afterwards? It's just endless. But did you notice the tables are different in the UK as well?
Yeah, I did. Different color and different texture, I guess.
Well, a different material, and I don't know. Oh God, it's not Formica. That stuff is hard, like countertop stuff. No. But not balsa wood either, but the point is, these tables, every time that they would fucking land on one, it would break. Did you see clean across? Just clean. There's some kind of, I don't know, particle board or whatever, but they don't break your fall nearly as well as their American counterparts. Even one time, they broke, just snapped off the last foot of the thing. Whereas, remember, it always breaks in the middle or elsewise you ain't going to break. This thing would just break wherever the fucking weight landed. And I'm thinking, holy shit. And, it's ridiculous that you can't keep track of what the fuck's going on. Did you see, though, the one thing I do remember, Juice crotching himself off the ladder, the giant ladder, off the ladder onto the top rope?
Yes, I saw that, yeah.
What the fuck? There's a way that you can do that where you don't neuter yourself instantly, but I don't know from that height and that velocity that he necessarily snagged that all the way. That had to be uncomfortable. But finally, Pac won. Yay! He's the home country guy. But now Claudio, and Useless are where's the plumber?
I don't know. This is kind of like when Lando replaced Han Solo. Pac now with the BC. Is he a member of the BCs? I mean, he was out there celebrating with Danielson, too, at the end.
Well, yeah, he's official now because they've got the belts. And I think it's more like when Joe DeRita stepped in.
We've made more references to replacement stooges in the last several weeks than any wrestling podcast ever.
Well, and some more stooges still need replaced. But this was 20 minutes plus the entrances, by the way.
What did you think of the ending with House of Black raising the hands of Pac and kind of saluting him and leaving?
Well, you never know what the fuck they're doing anyway. And where have they even been? Have they been exiled permanently to Saturday nights?
For the most part, I think.
That's why nobody knows where they are. I mean, I guess, we'll show him that, because aren't they from similar countries over there somewhere? Some of them?
I think Malachi's Dutch, maybe? And Brody,
no, he looks
Brody King's from
like
the States. I think Brody King's from the States and Buddy Murphy's from Australia.
Well, yeah, we'll see they're kindred spirits over there, and as part of the, is Australia under British rule?
No.
Have they been in the past?
I think that's where, isn't that where the British used to send their prisoners?
Well, see.
In the distant past?
Yeah, and France gave us Louisiana as a penal colony.
And that's how the West was won.